Okay, Dayton City Commission meeting will now come to order. Please rise for the invocation and remain standing for the pledge of allegiance. This morning, the invocation will be given by Commissioner Fairchild.
O gracious one, come by here now. Still our spirits, renew them, encourage them. Make us good stewards of our responsibilities, and lead us to build a city and community where all may be prosperous. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, welcome back, Ms. Blackshear. May we have the roll call, please?
Mayor Mims.
Aye.
Commissioner Joseph.
Aye.
Shaw.
Aye.
Fairchild.
Aye.
Turner-Sloss. Aye.
Okay, we have a motion then to approve the minutes from the August 21st meeting.
So moved, Your Honor.
Second.
Okay, good. Got a couple seconds. Good. Been probably moved in second to approve the minutes from the August 21st meeting. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Okay. So we do have, on jumping the gun for a minute, I know we got a presentation, but first, Ms. Blackshear, do we have any communications or petitions?
There are none, Your Honor.
Okay. Now let's go to our presentation. So we have, this morning, Mr. James McDaniel, Division Manager for Housing and Inspection. And he's going to share some information with us about demolition and the update. Morning, sir.
Good morning, Mayor, Commissioners, City Manager, and Clerk. All right, let me see here.
All right, got you teed up?
Yes, ready to go. So this is our monthly update on our progress so far.
James, you've got the remote right there beside the mouse. There you go.
Okay. So right here for our total demolitions for 2024, we're at 132 for the, it's like for, this is a little bit off. So this is June. So I may have to, I have a couple of notes for July. So this is last month's presentation right there. So
Okay.
I can let you know what it is versus June. So for July, our demolitions, we have 14 structures, 0 garages, and from there, with the ARPA funds, we have 10 of them, and the ODOD was 4. So. So for July, the piles removed, 12. We added 3 piles, and right now we're at 89.
Okay.
So you can see a difference right there of 10. So we're making some progress there. So this is the June demolitions, but we'll move on past there. But a lot of them are in their same focus areas. So if we move on to July, the progress in July for the structures added, I know that we promised everyone that we were going to make slight corrections because when we had it listed, we had structure and we had garage. So we had to note that there is a garage with that structure. So we went through the list, and basically for July 2024, we have 39. That's in structural nuisance list. June, the correction was made from 81 to 86. May 20, correction made to 15. And then I'll give everyone, I'll give it to the city manager so that she can see the corrections right here. So March, from 93, we had 79, and February from 26 was actually 22. So basically, we just went through the entire list, and we took a look at the structures versus the garages, and try to make sure that we can relay the proper information so no one gets confused. As far as the pipeline's concerned, for July, our title reports 31, asbestos survey 19. And then we also had a couple of demolitions that we normally would show as far as some of how things look afterwards. So this is actually from June. So with July, we had 157 West Norman, and on excuse me, 768 North Paul Lawrence Dunbar. So, like I said, I'll get that information to you. Apologize for the slide mix-up.
Okay.
So, I don't know if anyone has any questions.
Okay, so that's our before and after.
Yes.
The picture. Okay. Questions, Commissioner? Commissioner Turner-Sloss.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Mr. Daniels, for being here. I know that you're filling big shoes, but I know that you have the capacity to do so, so I really appreciate you being here this morning. And as you already alluded to, if you could just pass that updated charts to Ms. 16 so that she can share it with the commission, that'd be greatly appreciated. But again, I just wanted to commend you and your staff for the work that you all are doing. This week has been a week of a lot of progress, from the street repavement to the demolition of Grub Steak on Main Street. We also see the demolition of, trying to think of the other location, which I was very excited about as well. Grub Steak was one. And then I believe, the structure that is right next to the Richard Allen School, as well as the church on Salem Avenue. So we see the progress being made there, especially on our corridors. So again, just want to congratulate you and your staff, and if you could provide those updated charts to us, we greatly appreciate it. The last thing is too, you mentioned in terms of, I believe it's the previous slide, that you all are now looking at separating the structures from the garages to give us an accurate number of the demolitions that have now taken place. Is that correct? Just separating the garages and the structures?
Well, that's mainly for the ones that actually got added to the list.
That got added to the list. Okay.
So,
All right.
'cause,
Okay.
you know, some of the properties have a structure on them. The garage is long gone, and vice versa. We may have had a house that was actually demolished, and the garage may still exist.
Okay.
Which should not happen, but occasionally it does. So.
Okay. And just out of curiosity, and if this question needs to be a sidebar, then that's totally understandable. But 648 Graymont, I know there were some concerns about 648 Graymont and a pile that was left for quite some time. Understanding, and we went through the process with Ms. Birch with the settling of the debris, whatever have you. But just again, if you could take a look at that and see where we are in that process. And I know Ms. Dixteen has already raised a concern and has elevated that particular site. But just wanted to know if we have any progress made on that. And again, if it needs to be offline, totally understandable. Just please provide us with an update. And that's all I have this morning.
Thank you. I'll
Thank
get
you.
that to you.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
thank you. Commissioner Fairchild.
No, thank you for the update. I really value these updates, and it's very exciting that we got some progress on the piles this month. It seemed like we were spinning our wheels for several months, so great work. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, Commissioner Shaw.
Likewise, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would just like to say, I know Commissioner Turner-Sloss raised the issue about things that she has on her list. If any of us have things on our list, I would just make sure we give those things to Ms. Jackson, and she would pass those on to city manager and you so we can get those taken care of. Okay? But thank you for your work. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Blackshear, do we have any additions, deletions, or comments to the calendar?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay.
For the record, item number 7 on this morning's agenda, which is emergency resolution number 6814-24, should have been included on last week's agenda for a second reading. It will receive a second reading this morning.
Okay, item number 7.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Ms. Dixon, Any additions, deletions, or comments to the calendar?
Your Honor, I have no additions or deletions to this morning's calendar. I do have just a couple of quick items to highlight. It's a fairly brief and perfunctory calendar, but item B4, which is a construction contract with C.J. Hughes Construction, looks like a very large number, $7.5 million. You've already approved this in June. This was just an OEPA funding switch, which required us to come back and get a second approval with that funding switch, and we are bringing our local match of $148,458. So looking forward to your second approval on that item so that we can continue our great work in the Water Department and addressing the PFAS situation.
Okay.
Item B6 is also a construction contract with R.B. Juergens Contractors, and this is a great project. This is almost $2.5 million that will be addressing the intersection at Salem and Philadelphia. There's a lot of pedestrian activity at Salem and Philadelphia because of the library and the other uses around that intersection, and this contract will rebuild and narrow that intersection so that it will be safer and easier for pedestrian traffic. And that's all I have.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. Ms. Blackshear, do we have any citizens who are registered to speak on calendar items?
There are none, Your
There are
Honor.
none? Okay. Commissioners, comments on calendar items. Commissioner Turner-Sloss?
I have none, Your Honor.
Have none? Mr. Fairchild?
Have none, Your Honor.
Okay. None? Okay.
Just one, I want
Okay.
to note that we're giving Mediation Center Mediation Response Unit little better tools to work with. We're very proud of their work. We want to make sure they're successful, and I appreciate the city manager agreeing to bring these changes, these database changes forward. Thank you.
Okay. It's a good move. All right. May I have a motion then to approve the city manager's recommendations?
Mayor, I move that we adopt the city manager's recommendation.
Second. Okay, been probably moved and seconded to approve the city manager's recommendations. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Okay, legislation, Ms. Blackshear.
Second reading, emergency resolution number 6814-24, declaring the official intent and reasonable expectation of the City of Dayton on behalf of the state of Ohio, the borrower, to reimburse its Gettysburg Avenue Reconstruction Fund for the CD 34Z/3D35Z Gettysburg Avenue Reconstruction with the proceeds of tax-exempt debt of the state of Ohio. Mayor Mims.
Aye.
Commissioner Joseph.
Aye.
Shaw.
Aye.
Fairchild.
Aye.
Turner-Sloss.
Aye.
Second reading, emergency resolution number 6818-24, approving the submission of grant applications to the District 4, Montgomery County, Ohio, Public Works Commission Integrating Committee, authorizing the acceptance of grant awards from the State of Ohio Public Works Commission for the State Issue 1 Program for Public Capital Infrastructure Improvements in an amount not to exceed $2,872,500 on behalf of the City of Dayton. Mayor Mims.
Aye.
Commissioner Joseph.
Aye.
Shaw.
Aye.
Fairchild.
Aye.
Turner-Sloss.
Aye.
Second reading, ordinance number 32105-24, authorizing the city manager to accept a grant award from the Ohio Department of Transportation for an amount of $385,200.00 in federal funds. Mayor Mims.
Aye.
Commissioner Joseph.
Aye.
Shaw.
Aye.
Fairchild.
Aye.
Turner-Sloss.
Aye.
That is all, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you. So, Ms. Blackshear, do you have any citizens who are registered to speak?
There are none, Your Honor.
There are none. Okay. Ms. Dixon, any closing comments?
I have none, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Blackshear, any closing comments?
I have none, Your Honor.
You have none. Commissioner Turner-Sloss, any closing comments?
Yes, Your Honor. I would just like to ask that this body, as well as our community as a whole, and if we could please have a moment of silence for the 12-year-old little girl who lost her life this past week. And again, Mayor, you've already alluded to our commitment to the violence interruption program. And I think this unfortunate incident is a testament to why we are, in fact, making it a priority in this community. And I also would like to thank our first responders, our Dayton Police Department, and again, just to give my condolences to the friends and the family members, as well as the school district, our Dayton Public School District, for the young lady who lost her life, the 12-year-old. So if we could just have a moment of silence.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
I don't have any other
That's it?
closing
Okay.
comments. Thank you.
Mr. Fairchild?
Yeah, no, thank you for that moment of silence, Commissioner, and certainly express our condolences to that family and the community and all those impacted by the violence and the trauma. Want to encourage everyone to honor our labor partners as we come up to Labor Day and all the great work they do for our community, and the legacy of their organizing and work over the years, but particularly the ongoing needs that we have at this moment. The Tour de Gem has snuck up on us. It had been in October. It's this Saturday.
Is it really?
Exactly. So they shifted, moved it earlier back to the original weekend, but it's on a Saturday. I encourage people to go to the website and register to ride. It's an opportunity for everyone to be involved in some way. I'll be riding for the Peace Museum this year, and I'm so out of shape. I don't know how many miles I'm going to do. I'm going to try. I think I can still do 25 even being out of shape. And so I'm looking for 40 people to make a $25 donation to the Peace Museum this year. And I encourage people to tune in on September 3rd when the Paralympic fencing team begins. I don't know if people heard the article about Officer Branch, who will be competing. I got introduced to wheelchair fencing this spring. It is one of the most intense sports I've ever seen. The reaction time from the start to the conclusion is fractions of a second. And their wheelchairs are tethered, and they're put in distance of the reach of the shortest reach. And so when they start, it's just a matter of fractions of seconds before they have a hit. It is incredibly intense. So I look forward to seeing Officer Branch and how well he does.
Okay. We'll all be rooting for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Mr. Shaw.
No, thank you for that, and thank you for acknowledging Labor Day and our great partners in organized labor that make things better for not just blue collar workers, but for all of us to be able to enjoy life and family. So thanks for acknowledging that. And that's all I have.
Okay. Commissioner Joseph.
I want to thank my commissioners for their comments today. I want to add, first of all, that I agree with what they say. I also want to add that please be careful today. Today is a good day to check on your neighbors. It's going to be hot again. Make sure you stay hydrated. But knock on the door of somebody if you haven't seen a neighbor in a day or two, especially. Knock on the door, just check on somebody. Thank you.
Okay, thank you guys. This past Sunday, I had the honor and the pleasure of kicking off Black Baby Breastfeeding Week. Okay, and I learned a lot myself. I was given a proclamation. Thank you, Angelica, for putting together so much great information. I almost felt like an expert. I was sitting down talking to the mothers, and I don't say talking to the babies too. I don't know if the babies understood what I was saying, but at least the mothers and their guests were very appreciative of the fact that I was there talking about the nutritional value, long-term value associated with breastfeeding. And again, very important for them, and they very much appreciated my being there on a Sunday afternoon, so it was a big pleasure. And also, we had the Reverend, that's the pastor from Macedonia.
Matthew. Matthews.
No, not Matthew. Jarvis, thank you very much. Jarvis, his third anniversary, so I had opportunity to speak with his congregation and to congratulate him on 3 years of being in that position here in the city of Dayton. I'd like to end, like I did last week, was it love and peace for all and anger for none. How's that? Okay? But no further business to come before this commission. This meeting is adjourned.